Working on heel with Groot, who's had prior training.
We've got our moves, right? What are our moves? We got, so like think of it this way. There's only 4 positions. Right here, right? Out that way, in front, or behind. So whenever he tries one of the other 3, I'm gonna throw one of my moves, okay? So let's see what they are. So if I feel him creeping, he's headed out forward, this is the move. Correct? Recall, back in the pocket. Good.
Too far forward is by far the most common.
Boom. Now watch, keep watching. We do some of those, right? Good. And then we do some of these where I'm gonna walk funny. Look at me, look how funny I walk. It's like a clown, right? But when I do that, I'm gonna hold this leg up for a second when I lift it up. And if he's walking too much forward, his chest will hit my shoe. As soon as he bumps into my foot, I give him a correction on the e-collar. Okay, so here we go. Right there was a little one. That's it. Good.
That's my go-to move, by the way. I teach that to everybody at Go Home Sessions, and they love it. I think people are just so sick of their dogs creeping forward.
Yeah, you can even
So
like that, just put it out there. But
and
this is the best.
Yes, and the stop short.
Yeah, that's the best one because he doesn't see it coming unless he's really tuned in. And if he's in the right spot, here's the thing, if he's in the right spot,
He'll see it.
he'll have enough time where he won't hit it, right? Because he's enough behind. So to give you an example, his nose is right here, right at the edge of my leg here. I'd like him back at this edge, right? If my leg was a box and he's on this side, he's on this corner. I want him back on this corner, the nose, right? If I were to draw a line across, look right out in front.
Yep.
Okay. Now, once we got that, look, it's fairly under control, right? We did a couple moves, fairly under control. Now, we're gonna pick up the leash.
And really
we're gonna
tighten
finish
it up.
it, yes. Now, what is the method we're using here? What's the technique? The technique is simple to understand here, okay? Basically, if the leash gets tight and he doesn't follow it, which he just did, there's a correction. So if he goes out and then the leash gets tight and he leaves it there's a correction on the e-collar and he comes back. So I could give him the full length of the leash, he can go out. If it gets tight, he'll ease up a little bit. Or like what I'm doing right now, I'm only gonna give him a little bit of the leash and I'm gonna teach him to stay in the boundary, okay? All right, so here we go. Because we went big to small. We went from him going all the way out and trying all these things, and now that he's not doing them and he's kind of hovering right here, we're gonna grab onto this and show him exactly where to go. All right, but he's not feeling any tension in that leash unless he's in an improper position, okay? Good, all right, let's go.
You hear that beep? That signifies we're starting the walk. So beep, you can stay heel if you want. Start moving.
There you go.
Pressure, release. So now it's just about reps at this point.
Yeah.
Pressure,
And
release.
teaching him to escape it.
Yes.
Right, so like do setups so that when he sees it coming, he can do his move, which is staying behind the leg, and you say, see, no correction for that one. So then he says, oh, okay, now I know the escape as well, which is important if you want a dog fully trained. They need to know exactly what they did wrong and what to do instead. Okay? Good. See? Good.
Good boy.
Good. Now look, see when I moved like that, he paid attention. There was no correction, but there was a pat on the head. Good.
Yeah, that's some clarity right there.
See, look, I move away. See that little bit I move away, he looks at me. See, good. You see that? So now I can start saying, look at that leg. And stay with that leg.
Yeah, we're really teaching him, pay attention to me more than the environment, because there's more at stake when you don't pay attention to me. Beautiful.
Okay, now pace changes.
He looks so good.
Now watch this, watch the pace.
Nice.
See, he's smart.
The absence of the corrections paired with the addition of the praise
Stay.
is what works.
Stay. That's good. Nice. Now watch. I'll throw the leash off and try to get without the leash. I want to see where he's at.
Beep. Start walking.
Now I play my game again. Okay? Good. showing him exactly where. There it is, there it is, there it is. That's perfect.
George's little hanging plate to keep the deer away, it really gets all these dogs.
Randomly, the wind will blow it and it'll just make a little sound of it. You don't really know what it is, and it's just perfect.
It's our neighbor has this thing hanging, and it makes noise when the wind blows. It really spooks the dogs, gives a good distraction.
Perfect. He looks great, okay? All right, let's walk to the shade and let him sit. Good job. Okay, this is really good. Perfection. Good boy, buddy. Stay. Sit. Sit. Nice.
Good job.
That's pretty. Break. Nice work, big guy. That was amazing. Wow.